What it do, baby? It's your boy, the network. Back with another live stream. We've been consistent. Y'all know what it is. Today's lab. Access control lists. Let me know if y'all can hear me in the chat room over there. Hit me with a bruh if y'all can hear me. If you guys are tuning in for the first time, this is the lab guide we typically use. 101 Labs, Cisco CCNA version 4. You can get a copy of this from 101labs.net. It is authored by this guy named Paul Browning, co-authored by Farai Tafa, who is a CCIE. This is the lab guide that we use. We pretty much get our follow this book to practice the theory, hands-on and stuff like that, right? Let me move this guy over here. Again, today's lab is access control lists, configuring and applying standard named ACL. So, y'all know I like to use my hardware. I got some 1841 routers that I'm going to be using for this lab. Router 1 and router 3. So if you got even G or GNS3, go ahead and cable them up back to back just like that. Drag and drop two routers on your topology. Put a serial cable between them just like this right here. And then we'll move on with the show. We're going to configure some loopbacks on there. We're going to create an ACL right here. And move on with the show. I'm going to give it a couple minutes for some late stragglers to come in. Y'all know some people that be walking into class late and stuff like that. And get you guys prepared, you know, just in case you're launching up your simulators or your emulators. You may or may not be able to do this on Packet Tracer. But as of last week, I said I'm not going to be using Packet Tracer because I think these next couple labs, they, let me see. Yeah, I should be able to knock these out with my hardware. So, and y'all know I'm trying to stay away from Packet Tracer. That is a simulator. It's limited with the commands that you could use. Yes, it is a great, you know, CCNA tool when you're just starting out and you ain't got, you know, you ain't got time to be buying hardware like me and shit like that. And it's free, you know, and y'all know what I say. If it's free, it's for me. But anyways, we got in the building. What we got going on today? I'm gonna give it a couple minutes and then we'll get started here. Y'all let me know when y'all ready. Again, I already got my lab cabled up. I already got two routers with the serial cable, a physical serial cable between the two, just like this right here. Again, I'm able to connect the chat. I might have to refresh. I can't. I don't see no unless y'all just being quiet. I don't see nothing in the chat room. But if not, I'm gonna just go ahead and get started, man. You know, typically it'd be about 15-20 minutes, and then we'll have about 5-10 people in here. But I'll just go ahead and get started since y'all ain't saying nothing. Y'all look like y'all just ready to go, huh? Tough crowd tonight. All right, so router 1 and router 3. Let's see, I am consoled into him, but I got a refused connection. So that means I'm gonna have to go to my terminal server and clear those lines. Y'all know I have a physical terminal server. Yes, I do. An old 2821 router that I use with a what do you call that cable? An octo cable. I got these, clear these lines right here. Y'all see I got a little button set up for it. Boom, and I should be able to go. And I want to be in privileged exec. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and leave it that way. I'm gonna go ahead and leave it that way. I'm trying to figure out how I want it set up. Yeah, let me go ahead and disable that and go into that mode right there. Do right. No. Oh, you can't write in that mode, can you? I have to go to, let's do this. I wanted to set up my show run. Y'all let me know if y'all can hear me now. I might have to refresh, man, because I'm going to refresh real quick, y'all. Okay. Oh, okay. Yep, I needed a refresh. You're good. Maybe you need a refresh. Yep, now I'm just now seeing you guys chats. So, and I'm glad y'all can hear me. Perfect. I needed a refresh. I don't know what happened there, man. Oh, you know what happened? My my laptop had died prior to me going live and stuff. So, show run. Let me just check something real quick before we get started. Real quick, I just wanted to check my console. What show run section line is what I meant. You think straight, man. What's going on with me? That's what I want to get rid of. The privilege level. That's what I want to get rid of. That way, I'm gonna just go ahead and back out and just line console 0. Make sure that I'm always in the correct mode. And then do right. Oops, right. And now we can disable. And disable. And now I'm in that mode. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. All right, perfect. So let me move the terminal server. Y'all ready? Y'all got y'all routers ready to go? Fired up? Task number 1. The objective of this lab is to configure and apply standard ACLs. They filter based on source addresses. If you know anything about standard ACLs, they check where the packet is coming from. Depending on where it's coming from, it lets it know if it's permitted, whether to permit or deny that traffic. I'm gonna say it again. Traffic, where it's coming from, depending on where it's coming from, that's where it'll determine whether to permit or deny to allow it through, right? An extend as opposed to an extended ACL. So not only do we check where it's coming from, so like let's say we got traffic going to this guy, which is what we're gonna do, right? We got traffic coming to this guy. We got an ACL set up right here, right? Not only do we check where it's coming from, but we also check where it's going to when it lands when it gets to this ACL. Are you going to this like loopback, or are you going to, it checks for both basically, source and destination. Just remember that. Standard checks only the source, where it came from, and in destination checks the source, destination. Extended ACLs check the source and the destination. So that's why they call it extended. It's a little bit more granular. You can also filter by traffic, type of traffic. Like, let's say you can only allow telnet traffic or allow only, SSH traffic, whatever the case may be. But let's go ahead and get started. Task 1 is a host name. Y'all know how to do that, right? If not, let me know in the chat room. If not, that's cool too. There's no such thing as a dumb question. If you don't know how to do it, you enable global config mode and you just say host name and then you put the name of the device, right? Router 1, router 11, whatever the case may be. Task 2, configure router 1, serial 00. So this interface right here, we need to put that IP address and set it as DCE. So we're going to have it do the clocking, right? So he says, which is a DCE to provide clock rate of 768 kilobits per second to router 3. So this interface right here needs to provide clocking to that interface right there. Remember, so clocking is kind of like the ISP. That's what the ISP does. You don't really typically you don't have to set that up because you're not an ISP, right? So he's gonna provide the clocking. Draw a clock for y'all, right? And then we're gonna set up that interface to receive the clocking. So he's gonna be the DTE side. I know I've been doing this over and over, but that's how I remember the stuff like that, right? By just ingraining these things in my head. And he's the DCE side, data communications equipment, right? And then data terminal equipment. And I didn't know that. I kind of knew that, but now that I've been saying it over and over to y'all, that's how it sticks in my head. So let's go ahead and do that. Go to serial interface. Remember, your interfaces might be different. On router 1, interface serial 000. We said the IP address is 192.16.1.1. Anyways, I'm super excited. 255, the subnet mask of /26 should be 128.192, right? And we're gonna no shut that bad boy because remember they are shut by default. We'll set the clock rate to 768. Let's do that again. Let's make sure. I need to get rid of that logging synchronous too. That's what I'm gonna put in my defaults. Let's do that. Enable logging synchronous. Oh, let's go back over here. I want to save that in my defaults. Logging synchronous. You got to go on the line to do that, don't you? Line console. This is a little off topic. I know that. Y'all give me a second here. It's just I hate when that. Jesus. Logging synchronous. Okay, perfect. Right. Save that. That router 1. We set the clock rate to 768. He said kilobits per second, right? Kilobits per second. Yes. But let me triple check that. I'm gonna have to Google that because y'all know this thing only takes bits per second, right? So clock rate, he said 768 is not in here, right? Yes, it is. There it is, right there. There it is. There it is. There it is. There it is. Clock rate is that. Perfect. Perfect. Pop quiz. What's that from? Let me get rid of all of this writing here. And task number 2 also said configure the IP addresses on the router 1 and router 3. Okay, so we also got to do this IP address right here. Right? And let's show our work real quick. Show IP interface brief. No, you know what I like? I like to do this to also get the subnet mask. Show interface serial 000 pipe include, and then type the word internet with a capital I. That lets us know the IP address plus the subnet mask. Y'all know, let me know if there's another command that you guys know of that'll also give you the subnet mask when you need to verify your configuration. So let's go to router 3 and configure that subnet mask and IP address. Configure terminal interface serial 000. IP address is 172.16.1.2. Subnet mask /26, which is .2. I just put it in there. 192. No shut that bad boy. And then what he said: configure a static route on router 1 pointing to router 3 over the serial connection between the routers. So we do have a direct connection, so we should theoretically be able to automatically ping it. But they also want us to create a default route going to this interface, so that way we can reach these loopbacks. That's what we're going to do. We're going to configure those loopbacks, but they want us to create a static route here, right? Static default route. Y'all know how to do that, right? If not, then just follow along. How many labs tonight? Hey, whatever my heart contents or is content with. Maybe 2. I don't know. I looked at it. I looked at the first one. This one only got 4 tasks. We're on task 2 already, so we should be able to knock this one out in less than a half hour if I don't talk so goddamn much. Shout out to Pete S in the building. What's going on, Pete? We got my man Geek Master. I don't know what's that short for, man. And Drit in the building. I ain't see you in a minute, man. This dude ain't showed up, man. This dude showed me how to use even G and didn't show up. He just was like, man, I ain't watching this guy no more, man. But appreciate you for tuning in, though, man. Let's go ahead and check router 3's interface. Show IP interface. No, I said it was. Show interface serial 000 pipe include internet capital I internet, and there it is right there. So that is correct, right? So. And yes, we have a direct connection, so we should theoretically be able to ping, right? So we'll go back to router 1 and ping that guy right there. Ping 172.16.1.2. Created a network guys, press enter, and we got 5 replies. Good to go. Now they want us to create a static default route going this way, right? So we're going to create we was able to ping this way, right? Through the serial interface. Now we want to create a default route to this router. So that way all of our traffic, whatever we send, we're sending it out of this interface right here. Right, so let's go ahead and do that. Y'all see I'm getting a little better with that mouse right there. Go to global config mode, config TIG, terminal. We said IP route quad 0. Remember, this is a default route. This lets you know, hey, I don't know what the hell to do with this traffic. Go ahead and send it out this interface. Hopefully it'll get there, get to where it needs to go to, right? So that is the subnet mask. A wildcard mask rather, and send it out of the interface serial 000, right? And that's what we're doing here. We're creating that default route. Any kind of traffic we don't know what the hell to do with it, not Dominican Republic or doctor, send it out of this interface right here, right? That's what that's doing. And then he said, also configure a static route on router 3 pointing to router 1 via the serial connection between the 2 routers. So not only do we have a static route going this way, static default route, they want us to create a static route going this way right here. So this is what you call bidirectional traffic, right? Bidirectional configuration. I forgot how you call it. I don't know what the hell to call it, but basically we can go both ways with our static routes here. So they both know each other's networks and stuff. So we got to go to router 3 and do that now. So basically here we can copy and paste this if you want to. Copy and paste that bad boy. Same exact thing, right? Because we're sending it's a default route. Go to global config mode, paste that bad boy, and let's show IP route. I wanted to show y'all what happens when you don't have that in there. Y'all already know, right? If not, I'll show you, just in case there's any newbies in here. Let's get rid of that real quick, right? You do no IP route, right? See what the routing table looks like, show IP route, and we have just knowledge of the 172.16.0.0 network, right? So we only know about this network right here, which is directly connected to us. That's what the C means, right? That C right there means it's directly connected to us. Now, if he has, and let's say we had another network back here that is like the 10 network, he not gonna know about it because he don't have a route to it. He has a route to this right here because he's directly connected to it. Well, when we create a static default route, we know, okay, any kind of traffic, what we're gonna do with that IP route 00000 is we're saying any traffic we don't know what the hell to do with it, send it out this interface right here, right? And then when he gets over here, when he lands to this router right here, he's like, oh, this is destined for the 10.0 network. I know exactly where that's at. I'm gonna send it out this way. And that's what default routes do. So now let's go ahead and go to global config mode, put that static route in there, which is, boom. I said connected. I copied off my clipboard. All right, so IP route quad zero. I like to call it that. They don't really call it that. I never heard anybody call it that. If not, I'm gonna trademark that shit. Put it on a t-shirt. Underdog, put it on a t-shirt. Underdog. Y'all remember that? 0 quad 0 or 000. Press enter. Now let's take a look at the routing table. Show IP routes. And we have right there. This lets us know, the S lets us know it is a static route. The star lets us know it is a candidate default, which means I need some kind of default route. If we have a whole bunch of routes, we're going to say, okay, this is possibly what we can do. We can use this route right here if we don't know what the hell to do with this traffic. If we got some traffic that just came in, like let's say we had an ingress interface right over here, right? We had some traffic that came in this way, right? And it was destined for the 10 network or destined for some network. We don't know what the hell to do with it. Just know to send it out this interface. That's what this candidate default is saying, okay, here's a possible route. I mean, a possible route for any kind of traffic, any unknown destination traffic. That's what that does, right? And it's so quad 0, any network is directly connected to us via 0 000. That interface right there. Let me get rid of all this goddamn writing before I confuse y'all. Quad 0, hashtag quad 0. That's what's up. Geek Master. Okay, that's what's up, man. I figured that's what it said, Geek Master. I was like, get Greek? What the hell is G? I don't know what that means, but all right. So that was router 3. Task number 2. Are we done with that yet? We did both static routes. If this mouse could fucking move over. Excuse my language. Configure the loopback interfaces specified on the diagram. So we got to do these loopbacks right here. Interface loopback 10, loopback 20, loopback 30. Y'all know how to do loopbacks addresses, right? And give them these respective IP addresses, right? And then that should be it for task number 2. So we about halfway done once we do those loopbacks. So go to global config mode, terminal, interface loopback. Anybody know what a loopback is, or give me a definition of what that is? Y'all know what that is? If not, you know, just ask in the chat. You know, if you're new to this stuff, man, I will answer your question, man. Don't feel like you embarrassed or ask a question or whatever. We got a lot of smart people in the chat room over there. If I don't pay attention, because like last stream, I was watching the last stream, which by the way, who was it that answered my question and I didn't see it until later? I watched the stream yesterday. Virtual interface on the router. That's right, Pete. I can't even remember. I wish I would remember that, man, because I wanted to point it out and be like, man, shout out to whoever it was. But anyways, /25 is the subnet MAC of 190. I'm sorry. Yeah, 192. 128. It's 128 is the last octet, right? Yes. So now we got to do interface loopback 20. His IP address is 10.20.20, oops, 20.3, subnet mask of /28, which is 255.240. I know that one. No, shut that bad boy. And then the last one is interface loopback 30. His IP address is 10.30.30.3. Subnet mask of /29, which is 248. 255.255.248. Right, let's show our work. Show IP interface brief. Oops. Show interface loop, and then do include internet. Can we do that? No, you can't. Show interface loop back like that. No, I forgot how I did this one. Show interface. Okay, so you can only do one at a time. I think that's why. 10 right there. See? You see that? Okay, so let's do this. Show interface, loopback. That was 10. How about this? Get rid of all this. Boom. Now we got all of them, right? 172.16.1.2/26. That's correct. The other one is 10.3.25. That's correct. 10.20.23. That's correct. 10.30.33. And that's correct. All right, perfect. Make a good habit of doing those show commands while you're going through these labs, because any little typo could fuck up your shit, man. I've been trying to run these. Y'all know I always say, man, run these show commands, and then when you're done, run another show command to verify your work. And then when I'm done after that, verify your work and run it again. My boss is always trying to ingrain that in my head, man. We had some VPN network slowness issues today at work. Task 3, to test connectivity, ping router 1 from router 3. So we're going to have router 3, ping router 1, right? Just like that, ping. And then he said, from router 3's serial 00 interface and the loopback 10, loopback 20, and loopback 30 interfaces. So basically, we're going to ping like we normally do from this interface to that interface, right? We're going to do that normally. But then we are going to also ping this guy right here from these respective loopback addresses, right? So we're going to ping that using that interface, ping it using that interface, and also ping it using this interface right here. Right? That make any sense? So basically what we got to do is we got to change the source address, if y'all know anything about that, right? Because by default, you're going to ping from the interface you came from. But now we're going to change the source interface. And this, I'll show you guys how to do that in case you don't know. Get rid of all this. So let's go ahead and go to router 3. We are in router 3. And ping the regular interface, which is this guy right here, right? That interface right there from our regular serial interface. That guy right there. 172.16.1.1. We already did it from here to there. We already did it that way. But now we're doing it the other way, right? 1.1 enter. We got a reply. All right, perfect. We didn't even have to get on our knees to pray to the network gods for that one. Now we're gonna do it and change the source addresses. The way you do that is ping and then 172.16.1.1. You just put the keyword source. The source interface is loopback 10. You can either do that, loopback 10, and we got a reply, or you can do it by the IP address. So we was able to do it from that loopback, right? Now we're going to do it from this loopback, but this time we're going to use his IP address, right? There's other ways there's multiple ways you can change the source address and stuff like that, right? So source this time is 10.20.20.3. We got a reply. Good to go. And we're going to do the same thing, but we'll mix it up and put the loopback address. Loopback 30. We got a reply. So we're good to go. So far, we're good to go. All right, task number 4. Last task, but he's got about 8 sentences in his goddamn task. Shout out to Paul Browning, though, for these books. Yeah, that's why I love these books, man, because he likes to challenge us and stuff. In case you're following all of this for the first time or you just tuned in halfway through this stream, this is the book we use. 101 Labs Cisco CCNA version 4. You can copy this from 101labs.net, or there's a link in the description box below. It is an affiliate link, so I do get commission if you click it. What was I going to say? Yeah, don't just watch these videos, man. I've been saying this for the past couple of streams. Don't just watch it and hope this shit retain. You know, you got to actually be hands-on. That's why, like, we typically stream Monday through Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. At least, you know, get your GNS3 going, packet tracer or whatever going, and try to get that going before we start streaming and be like, okay, I'm ready. I got the book. I'm gonna get hands-on, you know, because like this is the most consistent I've ever been because you guys like make it real fun for me and stuff like that. And I'm actually labbing. This is what I really wanted to do, lab every day and be hands-on with it. So, and I teach you guys what I know, and I've learned a lot from you guys, like Musa the Gamer. I don't see him in here. Endrit, who popped in and out of this chat. I don't know if he's still in here or not. Dave W said, checking in. Oh, appreciate that, WWW. Shout out to Dave. Yeah, that's what's up. So we did the loopbacks. Now we ping from the standard. Now this is what we came to do. Standard ACL. On router 1. So we're going to go to router 1. Right? This guy right here. We're going to create an ACL. He says, create a standard named ACL to prevent inbound traffic from the loopback 10 and loopback 30 subnets on router 3. So we're going to create an ACL. Y'all know what ACL is, right? Access control list. Basically, it's kind of like the bouncer at a nightclub, right? I said this in one of my old streams about 2 years ago, right? Well, it's not a stream, just a tutorial. So we're going to create an ACL, just like this. He like a bouncer at a nightclub. He got an RSVP list, right? We got some people that's coming in from router 3 that's trying to get through here, right? However, there is an ACL here, right? He gonna allow only certain people to come through here, right? What's he gonna do? He's gonna check the source address, where you came from, before he allows you. And that's what a standard access control list does, as opposed to extended. Extended checks where you came from, plus where you going. Are you going to the VIP section? Are you going to the bathroom? Are you going to, get you some drinks from the bar? That's what an extended ACL does. A standard ACL just checks where you came from. Where you came from? You came from, I don't know, Hollywood? Oh, okay, yeah, you can come in. You can come in the nightclub. Are you part of Jake's entourage? Yeah, you can come in. Or let's see, are you on the on the reservation list, RSVP list? Okay, yeah, you can come through, right? So we're gonna do a numbered one though, right? As opposed to a named one. You can name them. So it's like the name of the RSVP list, right? Rihanna's VIP list, Drake's entourage, whatever. I don't know why I got them two in my head, but what else? Or you can do a numbered ACL, right? Where you just number it. This is the group number 10, group number 30, so on and so forth. This book, this lab obviously is named. No, I'm sorry, not named. Jesus Christ. Oh, I'm doing the named one. Interesting. Didn't mean to do that one. Let me see. Let me verify that. Let me see if he used the same IP addresses as the other one. I'll give me a second here. Let's see. 10, 10, 20, 30. Okay, I was in the wrong one. Okay, but it used the same exact topology. So, interestingly enough. All right, so we're creating a numbered one. So, create a standard numbered ACL to prevent inbound traffic coming from Loopback, from the Loopback 20 subnet on router 3. Let me triple check my work here, though. Triple check that. Yes. Okay, we're good to go. All right. So remember, we're creating this ACL, and we're allowing who they said they allow to prevent inbound traffic from Loopback 20. So Loopback 20 is a bum ass dude, right? This guy right here. We don't want to let him through our nightclub, right? Prevent inbound traffic. So he tried to get to the nightclub. Guess what? He's getting denied, right? And then it says, but explicitly allow all inbound traffic from Loopback 10 and Loopback 30 subnets. So this guy can get through, and this guy can get through with this ACL. So they can go through this ACL right here. So once we get through, and they get to the bouncer's going to say, you Loopback 20? Oh, yeah. You from Loopback 20 subnet? You can come through. Loopback 30 subnet? You can come through. Loopback 20 subnet? Oh, hell no. You can't come through. Right? So that's what we're going to do here. Let's go to global config mode. We know we got to go to router 1. Enable global config mode, and it is IP access list standard. And then what we can do, number it. I'm gonna get access control list number 1, right? And then once you press enter, it puts you in this. There's a lot of, remember, global sub configuration modes, right? This is configured standard numbered ACL list, right? So now we're in that mode to create a standard ACL, and we numbered it number 1, right? What we want to do here. Let's create the first rule. We're going to let these bum ass dudes from Loopback 20 subnet, y'all can't come in. So what we're going to do, we're going to deny them. Deny what? Deny anything from the 10.20.20.3 subnet, right? The wildcard bits is going to be this right here. So it's basically the subnet mask, or 255 minus the subnet mask. So /28. The interesting octet is 240. 240. So it is basically 255 minus 240. 255 minus 240. That's going to give us our subnet mask, right? So 000.15, just like this right here. And then, you know what? I want to do this. I want to log those matches. Enter. Let's verify our work so far, though. Show access -list. Okay, so now we're going to deny everything from that subnet with this wildcard bits, and then we're gonna log those matches. Anything that come through. So we like the owner of the nightclub, right? We sitting up in the VIP section, and the bouncer's gonna give us a text and be like, "Hey man, Chris Brown just showed up." Oh shit, man, Chris, we got Drake in the VIP, you know. So that's what we're doing with the log keyword right there, right? And you'll see once we get on router 1. Once we get on router 1, send some traffic. We'll see what happens, right? So now we denied these guys. Now we're gonna allow anybody from, I don't know, Snoop Dogg's entourage, and I don't know, corrupts entourage. I don't know why I got these guys in my head right now. So loopback 10 and loopback 20, right? I mean, loopback 10 and 30. So now we're going to permit anybody from the first subnet, which is 10.10.10.3. Wildcard bits is, the subnet mask is 25, so that means it's 255 minus 128, right? Yeah, so 255 minus 128. Y'all let me know if there's any questions, man. I know this is the like tricky part. I'm just like, I wasn't, so when I was studying for the CCNA, wildcard bits and all that shit and subnet mask and stuff, that used to confuse me until I started doing these videos and live streams more. Now I can do a subnet mask, a wildcard bit just like that. Well, I still need a calculator because I can't do simple mental math. But we said it is 000 dot, what we said it was 127. Yeah, 127. We'll go ahead and log those matches as well. So permit that, and then we're gonna also permit these guys right here, 10, 30, 30, right? So we denied him with this. We allowed these guys with that, and now we're gonna allow somebody else. So permit 10.10.10. No, my bad. Fat Finger Squad in the building. 30.30.3 subnet mask of /29. So 000. That last octet is gonna be 248. So not 252. Shit. What is that one? Okay, y'all got me on this one. Is it 248? Yeah, 248. So it should be 0007, right? So 255 minus 248. Yeah, 7. So 7. We're not gonna log those. Y'all can just come in without letting the VIP, the owner, the club owner know. So now let's show our work. Show access list. And this rule is gonna deny this guy. That's why it's in red, right? So anybody from the 10.20.20 subnet, .3. It don't matter if you .3 or .5 or .7. We don't give a fuck. You're not coming into this nightclub, right? With that. And then we're gonna allow these guys to come in, right? Let's see. I got any questions or anything like that? Y'all let me know. So apply. Here's the next part of the task, even though he put it in the same task. Apply this ACL inbound on serial 000. So we created this access control list. Now we need to apply it somewhere. Where, let's say we had an interface coming this way, right? We had an interface coming that way. Just because we created that ACL don't mean it gets applied to the whole damn router. We need to say, where are we going to put it? Are we going to put it here? Are we going to put it here? Well, no. We only got one interface here, so we're going to put the ACL right here. That make any sense? That's how you apply it. Well, I'll show you how to apply it. But you need to specify where you apply it. You don't just create the list and that's it. You got to say, like, let's say we got 3 doors to this nightclub. You got to pick which door you put in the ACL in, right? That make any sense, right? So go to global config mode. And you're going to go to that interface, which in this case, mine is serial 000. Your interfaces might be different if you're using GNS3 or Packet Tracer or whatever the hell you're using. And it's IP access group, is it? Yes, IP access group. And then, question mark for y'all can see, you will put the number or the name of the access control list. What did we name it? We named it access control list number 1. That make any sense? Y'all with me so far? Access group 1. I'm missing something. What am I missing? Oh, now you got to also see, that's the tricky part. See how that's how granular ACLs can be. You need to specify whether it's going to be you're filtering inbound traffic or outbound traffic, right? So it can be tricky. In this case, we know it's going this way, so that means it's inbound traffic. What we said. So enter, and that's it, right? Now let's show access list real quick. Access lists. And to verify where it got applied to, let's check that interface. Show IP interface. Show interface serial 000. Right, so we kind of like check in the not the VIP door, but just like, I don't know, the regular door, nightclub, whatever you want to call it. It is not show IP interface. That it is not that. It is actually show. Yeah, it was show IP interface serial 000. Come on, man. Come on, man. There it goes. Right? That's how you can tell. There it is right there. That's how you can tell whether you got an ACL on an interface or not. Obviously, you can do show run and see the whole damn configuration, but you remember, you want to try to stay away from show run and run some other show commands to, verify your work and stuff. Y'all got any questions or anything so far? We almost done here. Well, I wanted to knock this out in a half hour. This is the last task, and then yeah, we'll do another ACL lab after this. It's gonna be similar, same topology. I think it's just named. So instead of now, y'all see how we did access control list number 1. We can name it whatever, access control list Drake's entourage or whatever the fuck, So now we've done that. We verified the ACL. Now let's actually test this ACL. So now we're gonna have somebody from the Loopback 20 entourage try to get into the nightclub and hopefully get a deny. And hopefully we'll get a deny with this one. And these guys should be allowed to get through, right? So let's go ahead and test that. I think that's what it says right here. Now try to ping router 1 from router 3. And remember, we got to change the source interfaces to test each one, right? Because if we just do ping whatever, it should block it. Let's try it real quick. Let's go to router 3 and just ping, and I'll show you real quick. I want to test this theory out too. Let me not pretend I know what the hell is gonna happen. 116.1.2 ping. Nah, well, I'm pinging my own IP address. What the fuck am I doing? I meant to do 1.1. 1.1. Boom. We got unreachable. That's what those U's are. So it still didn't reach. I'm hoping I put those access control lists on the right router, because that's weird. I did. Yeah, I put it here. So now let's try to ping. Oh, that's because it denies everything else. But how come I didn't ping? I wasn't able to ping my own router. Oh, probably because I used the standard. I showed the probably because the default route. I should do a trace route to verify why it got hung up. Because he knows where this is. That's interesting. But we tested it already and we knew it worked last time, right? Let's do that. Router 3. Did we ping from last time? Yeah, we did. We was able to ping from. We was able to ping last time. Now we can't. Right? Probably because of that ACL. But how come I can't ping myself? That's what's interesting. Let's verify our interfaces are up. And then we are all up. Let's go ahead and try to ping serial 172.16.1.1. Change the source address to loopback 10, right? So loop 10. Pray to the network guys, and we got a reply. So we're good to go there, right? So loopback 10's entourage was able to get through that interface. What the fuck? Oh, that's right. This shit got ass now, man. Killing me, man. Killing me, man. Why avoid show run? Timmy, you don't want to necessarily avoid it, but it's a way to challenge yourself. Show run, you can do show run, right? And then you pull up all the answers. Nowadays, the Cisco exam, and there goes the log right there, right? It got permitted. So if I did show run, good question though. We'll be able to see all what we did, right? We got the access control list there. We got where it got applied, all the rules to it. You want to at least know other commands other than show run, because show run gonna show you everything, right? But the way to challenge yourself is to know the output of how the other show run, the show commands look like. Show IP interface brief, show interface status, show access control list, all those other show commands. So that way you know, because 9 times out of 10 on the Cisco CCNA, CCIE, not even CCIE, the CCNP, all them exams, they give you show run out. I mean show whatever outputs other than show run. They show you that and say okay, and they ask you a question off of that output. And you'll be like, damn, show interface status or show MAC address, blah blah blah. I've never seen that entry before. I've never seen that output. Show run, we all know what the hell show run is. Show run is gonna give you all the answers, but to challenge yourself, you want to do all those other show runs. So if that make any sense. Where were we? So yeah, loopback 10 worked. Now let's try to do loopback 20. So go back to router 3 and try to ping, change the source from Drake's entourage, because he cheated on that dude's girl. So anybody that come from Drake's entourage is gonna get denied. We got these U's right here. We don't got this right here. That lets us know it worked. These U's lets us know it's unreachable. So that worked. How can we check? We go back to router 1 right here and ask the bouncer at this club, did anybody try to come in from that entourage? Yes. Access list number 1, we denied from the 1020 subnet. This guy right here. And it came from 1020.23. That was that IP address. We could change the subnet map. We could change the IP address. change the source, and let's try to trick them, right? Let's try to trick them. Instead of loopback 20, we'll just do from that subnet, right? So 20.20. I don't know. Let's say 15. Unreachable. Oh, it's not even. You can't even do that source because it's not configured. So you can't use that as a source address. Interesting. That's good to know. See, that's something new I learned right there. So now let's try to do it finally from loopback 30 and call this one and wrap this up. So now change it to, instead of loopback 30, we'll use the source IP address of that. Right? That make any sense? 10.30.30.3, and we got a reply. Good to go. So let's go to router 1 and check that log. We didn't set the log, remember? And I'll show y'all. Show access list. We got a log from this one. Got some matches. We got a log from that one. Matches. We got some matches, but we didn't log it. That's why we didn't get a message like this to let this guy come in. That make any sense? Thank you for addressing my question. Yeah, for sure, man. Any kind of questions you guys have, man. If I can't answer it, there's a lot of smart people in the chat room. I try to teach all you guys the stuff that I know. Like I said, I was actually studying for the CCNP exam. I'm just going back to CCNA topics and, you know, covering up the fundamentals. We're almost done with this book. This is the lab guide we use. 101 Labs Cisco CCNA version 4. You can get a copy of this from 101labs.net. Or there's a link in the description box below. You get a copy of it, and it is it'll take you to Amazon, and then you can get it from Amazon Prime, so it'll ship even faster from there. But we typically stream Monday through Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I typically wrap this up in about an hour. So like from 8 to 9 o'clock is when I usually do it. But I said, I want to grind this book out, man. I want to knock this out. So guess what? We're going to do another lab. I'm going to reboot these guys, get them back to their reload. Do I want to save it? No. I want to reload this guy. Reload. Okay, I'll reload it. Shout out to, I forgot what's his name that said that yesterday. Christopher. No. Proceed. Yes. And then we'll take a 5-minute break. Reload. Is he reloading? No. Yes. He's reloading. So now we're going to wipe these guys clean. And actually, we're doing the same. We're pretty much doing the same thing. Except instead of the numbered ACL, we're going to do a named ACL. So if you got the book, it is page number 90. I'm sorry. Page number 389, lab number 90. Page 389, lab 90. Page 389, lab 90. That's how I am. I just have to have things said to me over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. Have you ever worked on implementing voice over IP on an existing network? Yes, but not at the capacity you might be thinking. I used to work in a school system, and we were converting our phone system from the analog, what was it? Jeez. Avaya phones. They had an analog Avaya phone system, and it was a school that was in the hood, man. So it was like one of the last schools in Orange County to convert from analog phones to VoIP. And I was part of that project, but I was the desktop support technician. I was not like a network engineer or anything like that. So I was working on implementing it. I was like pretty much had to install all the phones for one. But that's all I had to do was just plug and play, because they were plug and play. I didn't configure the phones. Make sure that the network patch cables, because I was doing desktop support, so I wasn't like a network engineer like I am now. So if that answers your question, Dave. But good question. While these bad boys are rebooting, we'll go ahead and start again at 8:50. So that'll give you guys a break. Let me talk your head off, and then we'll knock that next lab out. What else is on the news today, man? So we know about that ransomware that hit the pipeline. That shit crazy as hell. Police ends chase in front of estate. Oh my goodness. They stopped a police chase in front of Rick Ross's house. Cops say driver had a gun. What the hell? Rick Ross' Georgia estate is crawling with sheriff deputies after a man allegedly armed with a gun led cops on a wild chase, and now there's a hunt for the weapon. Interesting. Law enforcement sources say that the vehicle pursuit started with a driver on Tuesday after they got a call with a man with a gun, and the pursuit ended up, and oddly enough, in front of Rick Ross's house. Boss. Now he's in jail, I guess. But that's crazy. Fun fact: Rick Ross, if y'all ever seen Coming to America Part 2, that castle that you know, the family was in Africa or whatever. That's Rick Ross's house. That's just crazy, man. He got a big ass house. So I guess my routers are booted up. I was gonna wait a little 5 minutes. Y'all want me to wait for a little bit? Hopefully you guys got GNS3 and you're actually getting hands on and you're following along here, man. Don't, like I said, don't just play the shit and you know, be on Instagram and stuff like that and just think you're gonna like learn the shit. No, you're not gonna learn it this way. You know, fire up GNS3 or Packet Tracer or EvenG or CML, whatever you got, and then follow along with us, man. And hopefully you got the book. I'm legit in the same role you were in here. Avaya to VoIP. This Avaya environment is from 1980s. That's crazy, man. So Dave, you do you're like tech support, like you're like a desktop technician or something, or you like do like help desk, whatever. Yeah, that's exactly what I was doing, man. It was Avaya. It was going from Avaya to VoIP Cisco phones. That's crazy. Yeah, man. Old ass phone system. You right, man. PBX 1980s Avaya phone system, man. This school is, oddly enough, like I said, it was a school in the hood. I didn't put two and two together. I was like, it was an F school for one, and two, it's like in one of the most notorious parts of Orange County. If you know anything about Orlando, Florida, it's in the Pine Hills area of this school. I don't want to say what school it was, but it was like, we got about, I want to say about 280 schools in the school system. That's including high school, middle school, elementary school, alternative schools, you know, tech, like they have these tech schools and stuff like alternative schools or whatever, adult schools, all these schools, right? This was like one of the last two schools that I actually had to work in. They were using the Avaya phone system. Yes, you pick the bitch up and it's a dial tone and you actually using the like Cat 3 cables, you know? Shit crazy, man. But let's go ahead and get started. It's gonna be pretty much the same topology, but we're gonna do a numbered list. So if you missed the first lab, you can follow along this time, but this time you're just going to use a numbered list. Here's another thing that Paul Browning said. It is extremely important to practice creating wildcards for ACLs. Take the time out to practice these until you are extremely comfortable with them. I totally agree with him there because I used to get confused with wildcard masks and shit like that. Once I started doing these video streams with y'all and realizing the quick way to actually learn the subnet masks and wildcard bits and stuff like that, the more you do it, the more you get better at it. Just like anything else, man. ACLs are a very important part of the CCNA exam. While it is not mandatory, I prefer to use the remark so we can put it like a description. You know, like I was saying, Drake's entourage or, you know, Chris Brown's entourage, you know, allowed or whatever. So, where we at here? Standard named ACLs, right? Again, that is page number. Applying standard named. Yeah, page number 389, lab number 90. I hope you guys are following along. So, task number 1. Create a host name. Does anybody not know how to do a host name? That's cool if you don't. That is cool if you don't. I'm not going to make fun of you or anything like that. I'll boot anybody else out of this chat room if they make fun of you because you can't create a host name, right? If you don't know, it's enabled. You go to global config mode, you say host name, and then R1, just like that, right? 1. That's how you do the host name. Same thing with router 3. But so we all know how to do that. But if not, that's cool too, man. Task 2, configure router 1000 interface. So it's just like last lab, right? Same topology, same exact topology. So I'm drilling this in y'all head. We're gonna create that interface. Have it provide clocking of 768 kilobits per second. Same thing with that guy right there. He's going to be the DTE side, so he's going to be receiving the clocking from the ISP, right? This guy right here. So he's going to be doing the clocking to this guy right here, right? And if you don't know how to configure an interface IP address, now you'll know. Interface serial 000. IP address is 172.16.1.1. Subnet master /26, which was what, 240? Sorry, I just did it right. 192. Clock rate of 768,000. Right? No, shut that bad boy. He is doing the clocking. We'll verify our work with what? Show. I didn't do this in the last time, so that's why I'm glad I didn't run this show command. In case you guys don't know, right? Show controllers, serial. And here's the funny thing about this command right here. Like probably maybe the first or second live stream that I was doing, I was like, damn, how the hell you check? I remember there was a way to check the clocking, and now I could do this shit in my sleep. because I did it over and over and over to show y'all this, right? So show controllers. And I had to have somebody in the chat room remind me that, right? This is how you guys get better and stuff, man. I'm finally realizing this. It's all about repetition here. So now we're providing a clock rate, and it is DCE, which lets us know it is the clocking side, right? I already did the cabling, so I already kind of knew that anyway. It's just the clocking that would have been different. So now let's go to router 3 and configure that interface right there. Right? Is that what he said? Oh, yes. So go to router 3. And then we're going to do the static default route and stuff like that. So in case you guys don't know, or whoever just tuning in, this is the same exact lab we just did about 10, 15 minutes ago. It's just that we're doing numbered ACLs instead of named ACLs instead of numbered. Remember last lab we did access control list number 1. So this is give you guys time to catch up. Or if you're sitting here contemplating like, damn, I know this guy's making it easier. This dude is fire, man. Like I'm pretty sure I can learn this shit if I could just follow along. Oh, he doing the same exact lab over again? All right, you know what? Let me go ahead and fire up Packet Tracer and start learning. So I hope I'm motivating you guys here too as well. Sorry for my Tony Robbins motivational speech over here, but I'm just trying to get you guys to follow along and stuff like that. Because remember, this is the CCNA book. I'm going back to CCNA fundamentals, and I'm gonna go back to CCNP. So it's gonna get a little harder and shit, and you're not gonna know what the hell I'm talking about. So interface serial 000. IP address is address is 172.16.1. My bad. 2 subnet mask of /26, which was, we said it was 192, right? Yeah, 192. No, shut that bad boy. Same task. Create a static default route. So we're gonna create a static route going from here to there, and then another static route default route going from here to there. And I showed y'all what happens, right? If we just look at the static route by default, right? Because remember, I just rebooted this, right? So now you can see what the static route looks like by default. It just shows you the connected interface. I mean, a connected network. So C means the network that we're connected to. And then the L means it is locally configured on our router. So this interface right here, that's what the L is. 172.16.1.2. That interface right there. So this is the L right here, and this is the C. Right? I used to get confused reading the routing table. Like, what the hell is the L and the C? Like, I thought he was already connected. I thought he was. That is the difference between the two. So yes, we are connected to this network, but here is the network we're connected to, and then this is the locally configured interface. That right there. My bad. That is wrong, and I'm glad I checked it. Fat Finger Squad in the building. Let's see. Show IP interface brief. Exclude unassign. I made him 1.2. He's supposed to be 1.1. This is the reason why we show our work midway through our work. Y'all see that? Y'all see that? Fat Finger Squad in the building. I can do host names, but I have trouble with time zones. I can do clock set. I can do EST, but have trouble with summertime recurring. That is a good question, Geek Master. It is a little off topic here, but I do have a video on clock time zones and stuff like that but I think I did it years ago. It's on my channel. Now, yeah, that's a little off topic and stuff like that. Yeah, I think I kind of have issues with that too, because that's a good question, but that's gonna take a little bit of experimenting and because you ain't gotta wait till daylight savings for it to work. But that's a really good question, and I'm not gonna front like I've done it before, because even my boss told me that he wants me to set that up, like, because I'm working on NTP at my job, and I'm having them point to the correct NTP server, but I didn't set up the summer time zones and stuff like that yet. But I'll probably do a tutorial, and we'll kind of go over that in depth. But I'll remember that, Geek Master. In case you don't know, or if I forget, let me give you guys a link to the Discord server, because sometimes I'll get topic suggestions and stuff like that, or if you want to link up with me off stream or off camera and stuff like that. I do have a Discord server, so let me bring that bad boy up while he's coming up. But that's a good question, though. That's a good question. Let's fix this guy real quick. Interface 000. Y'all didn't point that out, or was y'all waiting for me to fuck that up right there? Like, let's see if this guy really knows what the hell he's doing, right? IP address is actually 172.16.1.1 / he said 26, right? So 192. Right? Now show IP interface brief. Interface brief. I don't know what's going on with my Discord server. Shit. This thing been acting up, man. I might have to. I don't know what's going on with my Discord server. Is it hard to get a job in this field? Depends on what field you're talking about. Are you talking about IT in general or as a network engineer? If it's the latter, it is. It took me. I've been in the IT field since 2012 officially. I got my first job as a PC technician, but it wasn't until. Actually, no. As early as then, I wanted to become a network engineer. I knew I wanted to do something in networking, but I didn't really take that leap until about 2015. So by then, I was about 3 or 4 years deep into the game, and I said, I really want to take this networking shit seriously. I'm tired of desktop support. I'm tired of trying to, VoIP projects like I was doing and not being really a part of it. All I was doing, plugging up the damn phones. I want to actually be the guy that's configuring and designing the network, right? So, I went from working at like desktop support, and then I started working in the network operations center. So the NOC, that was like my first official like hands-on networking job. But all we did was like run show commands and shit like that. We wasn't configuring nothing. Anything that needed configuring or actual fixing, we sent it to the network engineers. And then I finally worked as a network analyst in the hospital system. It was more hands-on, but we were getting configurations from the network engineer. All in all, it's not hard. It's just if you're determined to do it. I was determined. I was just like, I really wanted one bad. I like officially like made that commitment, and I'd say 2015. I didn't get my first network engineer job until last year, 2020. So 5 years for me, but I'm sure it'll take you quicker if you really like put your mind to it. It's just I just work slow as a turtle. So so we did that interface. Let's fix that interface right there, or not to fix it, but geez, did I do that right? Let's verify, because I'm going back and forth here. I did do him right. Show IP, so show controllers. Let's see. Show IP interface brief. He's 1.1. So he was correct. What the hell am I doing? Let's fix this guy. Configure terminal. I'm surprised we didn't get a duplicate IP address here. 00000. He is IP 172.16.1.2. Subnet mask of 192, right? 192. Y'all see how quicker now I remembered the IP address or the subnet mask. Show IP. I'm surprised we didn't get a duplicate IP address. That's crazy. He's 1.2 and he's 1.1. Good. All right, so we good. Create the static default route. Remember, we wanted to create a static default route going that way, and one going this way. Right? Quad 0. Right? Y'all remember that? Go to global config mode. IP route. Quad 0. We saying we don't know what the hell to do with this traffic. Send it out to this interface. What interface? Serial 000. So we're gonna send it out of that interface if we don't know what the hell, any kind of unknown traffic. 000. And you remember what the routing table looked like before, right? What did it look like before? Did I run it on here? I didn't run it on here. I ran it on this guy. I ran the. That's why I got confused. So that was that. That was that guy. But now let's take a look at his routing table. It was pretty similar. So, but again, this is the default route. S lets us know it is a static route. Star lets us know it is a candidate default. So that means it's possible if we have a bunch of routes and we don't know what the hell to do with it. Here's a possible route we can send our unknown traffic to. Router 3. Let's do the same thing. Configure terminal. IP routes. Quad 0. And then we said serial 000 is the exiting interface. So we created the 2 static default routes. Configure the loopback interfaces. So we need to create that interface, that interface, that interface, and give them this respective IP address, and that IP address, and that IP address. Right? Y'all with me so far? Anybody got questions? But yeah, I'm trying to get the Discord server to work, man. What state are you in? Yes, what state are you in? That's a good question too. Well, he's asking, is it hard? He didn't say it is hard. But yeah, what state are you in? So that's a good thing to do too. Yeah, look at the the job requirements, man, and try to go for those certs that they're asking for, or try to apply those. I'm trying to get Discord to work so that way I can give you guys the Discord invite. It might be in the last stream. Because Discord is not working for me right now, and I don't want to restart. Let me pull up in here. I'm just going to Discord. There he go right there. Bitch. App history. Discord. Processes. Performance. Startup. Users. Services. Bitch. I'm trying to close this. Stop shaking on me. View details. Discord. End task. Relaunch. Alright, so let's get back to work here. Where's Discord server? Discord. Hopefully it relaunches correctly this time. We're gonna go configure those loopbacks. That's where I was. Interface, configure terminal. We said it was, oh, that looks like it's working now. Yeah, that looks like it's working now. So now, invite, in case you guys have any questions, or if you need to remind me, Colorado Springs, man. Colorado got a lot of jobs out there, man. Especially IT. I see a lot. Spectrum is usually hiring out there. That is the Discord server. If you have any other questions off stream for me and stuff like that. We typically stream Monday through Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Sometimes I'll go on the weekend and stuff. IP route. Well, we did the IP route. We want to do the loopback address. So interface loop 10. His IP address is 10.10.10.3. Subnet mask of /25 to 128, right? Yeah, it's the 128. Interface loopback 20. IP address of 10.20.20.3. Subnet mask of /28, which is 240. And interface loopback 30. Subnet mask or IP address of 10.30.30.3. Subnet mask of /29, which is 240.250.248. Oh, duh. You got to do interface loopback 30 just like that, and then give them the IP address of this. But see, notice it came up anyway, right? IP address. Let's verify our work. We show interfaces loop. No, just do this. Include internet, and there it is right there. 10.10.3/25, 10.20.23, and 10.30.33/29. All right, perfect. Yeah, y'all let me know if you know an easier way to get the subnet mask other than the show run. Y'all know I'll try to find other stuff, other show commands other than show run. Task number. There's only 4 tasks in this lab. We did the default routes. We configured the loopbacks. To test connectivity, ping router 1 from router 3. Right? 1 from router 3. So basically, they want us to test router ping from this guy to that guy. Right? So go ahead and do that. Pray to the network gods. Look at this thing. I try to queue this shit up and then the shit tripping, man. 172.16.1.1. And we got a reply. So now let's do the same thing, but we're going to use these guys as the source interfaces. So have him ping from there. Right? And have him ping also from here. And also from there. Right? So both of those loopbacks. Last time we did it directly from that interface right there. Right? That's what we did last time. So change the source address, right? Ping 172.16.1.1 and change the source address to be loopback 10. That worked. Loopback 20. That worked. And let's do the IP address this time. IP? No, we just do the IP address. 10.30.30.3. We got a reply. So they all worked. Perfect. Perfect. Task number 4, final task before we wrap this up. And shit, we are at the midstream. I mean, the that hour mark that we typically do shut these labs down or shut this stream down. But I might do another lab. Let's see what the next one is. Next one is applying extended numbered ACLs inbound. Oh hell no! And they got about 6 tasks. Yeah, we might wrap this up after this. I don't know. Y'all let me know if y'all feel like it. Yeah, if y'all feel like it, but. Feel like I'm gonna roll. I want to knock this shit out, man. I want to knock this book out and get to my CCNP studies, man. Get back to that. Task number 4. What we came to do. I On router 1, create a standard named ACL to prevent inbound traffic from the Loopback 10 interface. Oh, to prevent inbound traffic from the Loopback 10 and 30. So this time, we're going to deny traffic from this and this, but explicitly allow inbound traffic from the serial 000. So we're going to allow traffic from here and allow traffic from here, right? That make any sense? Y'all with me so far? So again, we're going to create an ACL. I'm going to create an ACL right over here, right? Kind of like the bouncer at the nightclub. He got an RSVP list. We're going to allow people from this interface or subnet. We're going to allow, what he said? We said we're going to allow traffic from there as well, Loopback 20. So we're going to allow these two right here. And then we're going to deny traffic from these interfaces right here. Y'all with me so far? I have my own IT consulting company. I will ask a couple of the national IT support companies if they have any work in Colorado Springs, but you have to keep coming to NetworkBruh. Yeah, appreciate that, man. Thank you, Geek Master. Shout out to you, so I can keep you updated. But yeah, man, stay on this channel, man. Y'all know, like, I've been getting a lot of support and stuff like that. A lot of people be DMing me, letting me know that they've been passing the exams and my tutorials been helping them, and these live streams been helping. I haven't been doing my tutorials in probably a good portion of 2021, man. I've been doing these live streams because they've been a lot of fun. They allow me to freestyle. They allow me to show my mistakes, because remember those tutorials, I used to cut out my mistakes and shit like that. Sometimes I'll leave it in there, but you know, it'd be like jump cuts and jump edits, and it's a lot of work to edit those videos and set up PowerPoints and do all that shit, man. With this, just kind of like, it just allows me to just freely talk and actually explain the topic without having to edit the videos and stuff like that. So that also puts me on the spot to show that I actually know this shit, right? So, but anyways, so yeah, we're going to create that standard named ACL. So we go to not router 3, we got to go to router 1 because we're creating the ACL here. Yes, you can create the ACL there and block it as well, but it's better to do it closer to the destination, right? So, yes, we can do one here as well. But also, the book asked us to do it on router 3. On router 1. So we're going to go to global config mode, and we know the access control list start with IP access list, and then we question mark it, we'll see. We know he said it was a standard one. No, yes, a standard one, which checks only the source, whereas an extended checks the source and destination and any type of protocol if you defined it. So standard. And then we're going to name it. What did they want to name it? They said this ACL should be named, all caps, Loopback -10-30- ACL. So that's a lot to digest there. Long ass ACL list. But you'll see that in production networks as well. Just to let you know that what this actual ACL does. You can also do a remark too. That's like a description. So 10-30-ACL. That's what we're going to name it. Press enter. That's going to put us in configuration mode for standard ACLs. Now we got to actually write the rule. We said we are going to allow this subnet and allow this subnet. So let's start with the permits. Permit anything from the 172.16.1. Ooh, we can just do that. We can put the correct IP address, and then that's interesting. I want to make sure I put the correct IP address. I know what the subnet mask is going to be, what the wildcard mask is going to be. I'm going to put just that. And in case you guys don't know, there is a solution to every lab. And that's what I like about this book too. In case you're just following along, I know I've said this like 30 times already. This is the book we use, 101 Labs Cisco CCNA version 4. You can get a copy of this from 101labs.net, or there's a link in the description box below. Wildcard mask is /26, so 000 dot 128, 192. So 192, 255 minus 192, which we did already, I believe. 255 minus 192, 63. No, we didn't do that, did we? Let me triple check that though. Oh, we didn't, because last time we didn't do it from that serial interface. So we're allowing this traffic. What I said, 120, 63. All right, so 63. And then we're gonna log those matches. Right? And then we're also going to allow this traffic right here. Loopback 20's subnet. Permit 10.20.20.3 wildcard mask of 000 dot, we said /28. So it is 240 is the subnet mask. So 255.2 minus 240. So that's 15. And then we're going to log that entry as well. Oh, no, we're not going to log this one. We're going to log only what we're denying, because that's what we really want. No, let's go ahead and log it. We'll go ahead and log it. Ain't going to be that much traffic. So now we're going to deny this traffic right here and deny that traffic right there from anything from those subnets. Let's start with Loopback 10. Deny. What we denying from? Loopback 10 is 10.10.3 /25 subnet mask is 000. Well, the wildcard mask is actually 255 minus 128, which should be 127, right? 255 minus 128, 127. Y'all see how, like, I'm not really great at mental math. I'll admit that to you guys right now, right? But I'm starting to do this more often. It's just like multiplication tables, like back in 3rd grade, 2nd grade, and shit like that, right? You know automatically 8 times 8 is 64, right? Or 2 times 2 is 4, or whatever. 5 times 5 is 25, because you've done it so many goddamn times in your head that it just sticks. You ain't got to think about it. This subnet, a wildcard mask, I didn't really know it, but now I kind of do. I know that next time when I see 128 on the last octet, I know that 255 minus 128 is 127, right? And like I said, I'm not really great at mental math, but I've done this so many times that it's starting to stick here. So I hope you guys are doing the same thing here. So we said 127 log. Just had to point that out, man. It's just amazing how the brain works, man. Try show IP protocols to see the IP and the mask. Show protocols is going to show you every goddamn thing, but you still got to filter it. Yes, you're right. I'll try that real quick, though. Let me finish these access controllers real quick. Deny. We're going to deny the loopback 30, so we're going to deny this guy right here, right? Let me get rid of all this shit. So we allowed him, we denied him, and we're working on denying this guy right here, loopback 30. So we're denying 10.30.30.3 subnet mask of /29 is 240. But then it is 248. So it's 255 minus 248, which should be 0007, right? So 255 minus 248 is 0007. See? Like, and I did not really know this, because I did this same exact lab about 10 minutes ago, did it again, and now it's going to start sticking into my head here. So just amazing how the human brain works, man. Repetition, man. So we're going to log that as well. Let's verify our work. Show IP or show. I need to get rid of those two. I want to get rid of that shit. Show logging. I was logging. Show access list. And we have this access list, which is loopback 10 and 30 ACL. Basically, we're going to block this guy and block that guy. That's why we named it that. Right? And we're going to allow the other two guys right there. That's why this is in green and that's in red. Y'all with me so far? Anybody any questions or anything like that? Let's go ahead and let's test our theory and call it a night. Y'all give me a second here. Shout out to Geekmaster and Pete. Appreciate you guys for helping Timmy out over there, man. Remember, if I can't get your questions, those guys are very smart and they can help you out. You said show IP protocols. Let me check that real quick. No, you said show protocols. You didn't say show IP. So let's try that real quick. Ah ha ha ha! That's another good one. Shout out to Pete for that one. We would just have to filter it. Let's try that on router 3. Show protocols. Yes, I like that one. I like that one. It also shows us it's up, and we don't have to do any filtering. Beautiful. It's just a little confusing because does this internet, yeah, that internet address belongs to him, and he belongs to him, etc., etc., etc. So yeah, I like that one. Show protocol. See, this is why I like live streaming, because you guys help me out and stuff like that too. I don't think I knew about this command right here. I knew show IP protocols, which gives you, you know, what routing protocols you're running and shit like that. But this one, I don't think I knew about that one. Yeah, I don't think I knew about that one. Show protocols. Beautiful. Thanks for that one, Pete. Shout out to Pete for that one. Am I the only one that learned that one today? I know I'm not afraid to admit that I don't know shit sometimes. Bars. I'm not afraid to admit that I don't know shit. So where were we at? Task number 4 was to test our ACLs. So we're going to test coming from this interface. And then we're going to test coming from that interface. And same thing with this one, which should, this should be allowed. No, that should be blocked. This should be blocked. And these should be allowed, right? So he should be allowed to go through that ACL. And he should be blocked. So blocked and blocked. All right, y'all with me so far? Anybody questions? So let's go back to router 3 and ping 172.16.1.1. We should be allowed. Yes, we allowed because it is right here. Right? Let's check our logs. Didn't we set a log for it? So that might be wrong. That ACL might be wrong. Let's double check though. Show access lists. Let's see. We're allowing this entire subnet. .63. We said to log it and permit it. So we're permitting it, but I don't see a log. So, interesting. Let's try the second rule. We're going to ping from 10, 20, 20, or 10, this guy right here. That should be blocked. So go back to router 3 and ping 1.1 with the source address of loopback 10. He did not get blocked. Interesting. So we got some troubleshooting to do here. This might be the last lab we do today because we got some bonus troubleshooting. Why did he not get blocked? Let's see. Oh, I know why. Automatically, I immediately see why. None of this shit worked. I'm gonna give it a couple seconds and ask you guys in the chat, why is this access control list not working? I know exactly why it's not working. Let's try it from loopback 20 and see. Right? I know it's not gonna work. Loopback 20. It worked. See? It's allowing everybody in. So we got a nightclub with all the goddamn doors open. We're letting bums in this bitch. And they just drinking up the, you know, from the bar and stuff like that. Why is this access control not working? We're just allowing all of the traffic to go through. Why? Why? Does anybody know why? I should do a giveaway if you know the answer to this one. But this one's a little too easy. Pete S got it correct. That was quick. Shout out to Pete S for that one. I did not apply the ACL to the interface. That's exactly why. And that was, let me see, task number. Did he say that was a task? To test connectivity. Apply the ACL. Oh, yes. I missed that part there in task 4. Apply this ACL inbound on 000. So, yes, Pete's got it correct. Go back to router 1. We need to apply. So, like I said, you can make all the rules, all the goddamn rules you make all day long. But it's not going to get applied until you put it on a specific interface. So, shout out to Pete for that one. Go to global config mode. We said it is IP. Or we said the interface serial 000. And we're going to apply the ACL to that interface, right? So all these rules right here, right? We need to apply it to that interface right there. So we're going to put the ACL right here and apply it there, right? So we created all those rules, but it wasn't applied yet. So IP access group, and then your question mark is going to ask you, what's the number of it? We're not doing numbers right now, right? We're doing name. What was the name of it? I don't remember the shit. So I'm going to go to right here and copy and paste it. Right? Paste. Apply. Oh, what else is he going to do? Oh, we got to do inbound or outbound. Whether it's inbound or outbound. So inbound. That's what I need to remember. See stuff like this, I don't remember. You can question mark through it and stuff like that, but just little stuff like this. If you remember this, you can put your commands on a notepad and then copy and paste them if you did them correctly. So, and that's how you know you're getting better at it. Now let's show access list. If we do a show access list, we'll see the list, but that doesn't tell us whether it's applied or not, right? We see if it's applied if we do. Let's try Pete's command. What was it? Show protocols. No, that doesn't tell us about the access control list. You actually got to go to that interface. So show interface serial 000 00. Come on, man. If I can type 0. No, it's not interface. It is just show IP interface serial 000. Not quadruple 0. It's 000. Y'all hit me with that like button if y'all like what y'all see so far, man. But we about to wrap this up. That lets us know that it's an inbound access list. We don't have an outbound going access list, but we do have an inbound one. And we set some logs. It will also double check it this time, remember? Because none of those logs worked. None of these right here. Access list. We set logs, so that let us know. That's another reason why I like putting logs. That's how I knew it didn't work. Plus, it went through anyway. So go to router 3, try that again. Pray to the network gods and ping 172.16.1.1 from the interface. So we're going to try it this way like that. 1.1. We're allowed. We knew that it was going to be allowed, right? Because we said this was allowed. Now, from Loopback 10, that was supposed to be, I believe that was supposed to be blocked. And this guy was supposed to be blocked. And he was supposed to be allowed, right? So now, ping 172.16.1.1 from the Loopback 10. Loopback 10. Loopback 10. Source, my bad. I forgot the source keyword. Loopback 10. And we got some U's there. Pray to the network gods. And we're not going to get a reply because it's unreachable. That's what those U's mean there, right? So we go to router 1 and we see the logs this time. Blocked. It permitted this one. That was that first list. First rule. And we denied this one. Now let's check this guy and that guy and call it a night. Go to router 3. Change the source loopback to loopback 20. Pray to the network gods. We got a reply, so that's good. Go back to router 1. We'll see the log. Good to go. Go to router 3 and ping from loopback 30. Hopefully we get a deny. Pray to the network gods. And we got some U's. So we're good to go, man. Next time you guys want to follow along, get you a copy of this book, man. And learn this shit, man. And if you're following along with these streams, I typically stream Monday through Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Sometimes I'll do it on the weekend if, like, you know, because I have my daughter and stuff like that. So I spend time with her. And if she's not with me, I'll probably do some extra streams and stuff like that. So there is a link in the description box below if you want to get a copy of this book. It is 101labs.net. We're halfway through the book. This book, we're more than halfway through it. We're on lab 90. Yes, it says 101 labs, but there's technically about 120 labs because he gives like 20 more bonus labs. So this, you can call this book 120 labs. That's another error that Paul Browning made. This is actually 120 labs. Cisco CCNA. But shout out to Paul Browning for this book. Experts agree that we retain only 10% of what we read. So y'all can read all those official cert guides and all that shit, but it ain't gonna stick. That's not how the human mind works. The human mind typically works when you're doing stuff hands-on. So that's why I'm asking you guys to follow along and watch these streams, man. And in case you missed the first 90 goddamn streams that we did for this book, you can always replay it on my channel. So make sure you're subscribed to this channel. Myra Mills asked, what was the question you asked? You said, yes, Pete. Didn't put it on the interface. Yes, so yes, he was correct. I did not apply it on the ACL. That was the mistake there. That's making another thing that we want to make sure we do is read the damn directions, man. Because the questions, you know, Cisco like the triple salt on those exams and stuff like that, man. But y'all want me to that like button? Make sure y'all subscribe to this channel. If you have any comments or questions or concerns, leave a comment down below in the question in the comment section. Also, join the Discord server if you want to talk to me off stream or whatever, or have any other questions, or you want to DM me, or if you feel like you're too embarrassed to ask how to configure an IP address or something like that, or some simple question like that. I'm not the type, I'm the type of person that, I had to learn this stuff from scratch. I tried to find people and mentors, and nobody helped me with this stuff. That's why I get back to the community and show people what I learned. And I learned a lot from you guys, where you're like Pete just showed me about the show protocols command. I didn't know about that command, and I'm not afraid to admit that. So make sure you guys follow along Monday through Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. From now, comment, like, subscribe to the network.